Liv Morgan says she's gonna make Rhea her Britt Baker helplessly destroyed by Mercedes Mone's bodyguard Kamille. Michin crashes Nia Jax championship celebration. Wyatt Sicks Nikki Cross hunts down Ivy Nile. And Naomi loses clean to Blair Davenport. Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell, this is DS and this is your Women's Wrestling Weekly. I just got back from Atlanta to meet up with the iconic SmackDown geisha diva, Hiroko Suzuki from circa 2004-2005. I still can't believe that happened. It was one of those dream interviews that I really wanted, but never thought it would actually happen. So it happened, I'm so excited to share it. And special thanks to WWE legend and my Korean extended family at this point, Jimmy Wang Yang, and from this t-shirt, the second generation wrestler, Jazzy Yang, for making this happen. Love you guys so much. So much is happening as always in the world of women's wrestling, especially on the way to AEW All In, so let's jump right into SmackDown. So SmackDown opens with Nia Jax championship celebration, and Nia might have not loved the celebration that Tiffany put up, but I freaking loved every moment of it. The pink everywhere, the unicorns, mask oily British gay singing duet. It was built for me. But the highlight really was the champion's entrance. Nia Jax in this beautiful white throne being carried by one hot guy and three other guys. Nia looked so beautiful and regal in this white bodysuit, but you can see that Nia is a bit overwhelmed by the whole celebration and says this isn't exactly her style. Her style is more destruction, and she orders everyone to bow down to the queen, specifically her princess Tiffany. Then Tiffany is like, of course I'll do it, but right after this performance by Pretty Deadly the musical. And this was both very hot and hilarious. Not the Cleopatra meets the Meghan Trainor, and Nia even spanks the boys. She's really the queen. As I was really enjoying this hunky musical, to my surprise, my Korean sister Michin ruins the party. 누나, 이건 좀 너무했다. Yeah, she drives everyone out with the kendo stick and she beats the out of Pretty Deadly, and I'm like, what did these pretty boys do other than just hustle to get some screen time? And backstage, Jade, Bianca, and Naomi are enjoying this whole party gone bad. Then Carmelo Hayes come to invite them for an after party, which Jade is like, boy bye, what party? Leaving him. And Carmelo here was so cute. He was like, well, at least they're watching my matches. The interaction was so freaking random, especially knowing that all three women are married, but it was very cute. I liked it.
You're watching my matches though.
I like seeing these random interactions backstage, especially if it's this cute. And later backstage, we see Michin come out of GM's room where Chelsea and Piper thank Mimi, they're calling Michin Mimi, for ruining the fugly party. Michin then tells them Nick Aldis, the GM, actually gave her a title opportunity against Nia, and then she gets brutally attacked by the champion from the back, and Nick Aldis comes out of the office to stop Nia, and I love how Nia's like, what? She attacked me first.
No! Are you kidding me? Whatever.
Mr. Aldis, she attacked me for whatever. It's just hilarious because GM's role is basically like a homeroom teacher dealing with this unhinged kids. I actually really like this whole situation. Loved how Nia can be both super generous and fearsome to Princess Tiffany. And the tension of her telling Tiffany to bow down was some House of Dragon goodness. I really loved it. And you know it, I know it, everyone knows that new champions don't lose their title over their first title defense. So it's always a really good opportunity to showcase an underserved talent like Mia. And it also helps that she's been involved with this feud alongside with Bayley for weeks now, so I think it really makes perfect sense storyline wise too, and Nia versus Michin will be a really good match. I am so here for it. I am curious though if and how Bayley will return to SmackDown after this devastating loss. Then we got Naomi versus Blair Davenport match following Naomi rejoining forces with Jade and Bianca going against Alba, Isla, and Blair. Naomi's entrance looked spectacular here with the renewed look and the hometown crowd, everything, and Blair was wearing some Brie Bella inspired gear here, and we had NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez watching the match from the audience. This match was mostly fun, but had some wonky parts, which is weird considering they already had few matches together at this point. And at the end, Blair blocks Naomi's split-legged moonsault by pulling her hair down and lands her knee to the head to defeat Naomi clean in her hometown in 7 minutes. I was kind of shocked about this because it was such a definitive clean loss for Naomi, who defeated Blair before twice already. Although if you think about it, Blair literally never had any wins since coming up on the main roster, so this might be a right move. I was just really taken back by Naomi losing so clean.
Good, not bad.
Also, of the match was fine. I want to see how this all comes into play for the 6-women tag match next week. Does this mean Jade and Bianca will be missing another PLE, by the way? So I've been seeing that a lot of you have been commenting on my hair recently. I've been growing them out, giving a bit of a K-pop realness. And it's kind of cool thinking about it because you guys really saw my hair journey from when I shaved it off after my last big breakup and everything. But as I grow my hair longer, I've been really interested in hair care regimen lately. And that's when MANSCAPED, the global men's lifestyle brand transforming men's grooming, sent me something perfect for me because they're not all about new razors or ball deodorant. It's the game-changing new scalp buffer from MANSCAPED. Alright, so I've been using this for a bit now, and let me break down why you need to add this to your hair care routine. It's because it's designed to stimulate blood flow to your hair follicles, and increased blood flow means healthier hair. These bristle, enhance shampoo penetration too for more foam and less product use. I use it with MANSCAPED's 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner for the ultimate hair care routine for the nourishment and strength, and I also just love the scalp massaging it provides, so it's so soothing. Especially after a long work day right before bed, I spray some hair oil before I go to bed, and I use this together. It's almost like a mini spot treatment. It feels so good. And what's really awesome is these silicone bristles, they're 100% antibacterial, so no need to worry about germs on your head. The bristles gently exfoliate your scalp and help reduce dry skin and buildup from hair products. Simply put, the scalp buffer is the upgrade to your hair routine you'll all wanted and needed. So go to manscaped.com today and get your 20% off plus free international shipping when you use the promo code BELLE, B-E-L-L-E, at checkout. That's 20% off plus free international shipping with promo code BELLE at manscaped.com. Yeah, thank you, Manscaped. On Raw, we had Maxine Dupree versus Ivy Nile match following last week's Ivy turning on her bestie Maxine. So before this match, we see Ivy tell Chad Gable that she's the real deal, she's the pit bull, and she's happy to lose a deadweight Maxine. But Maxine here looked so damn good. Oh my god, with that pink and red gear, seriously serving diva. And she was totally giving that one time Kelly went psycho on Beth Phoenix. As soon as Ivy come out, she just nails huge dropkick on her and shoves Ivy through barricade and over the announcer table, showing so much aggression. But inside the ring, Ivy turns the tide by just hammering on Maxine. Then lights suddenly go out and Wyatt Sicks is coming for Ivy. I mean, she probably should have expected this. So yeah, super scary Nikki Cross with the whole family emerges to come out, take out Ivy as well as the whole American-made team. And I'm like, Ivy, you knew damn well that Wyatt Sicks was targeting Chad Gable all along. Why did you align yourself with him? I know that he's very hunky, but I am kind of here for a Nikki Cross Ivy Maxine feud, and I'm very impressed with Maxine's performance here. I was very entertained, satisfied. Then we had Rhea Ripley of the Terror Twins and Liv Morgan Judgment Day situation. So we first see backstage promos from both of them, Rhea telling how Liv Morgan has become the discount Rhea Ripley, and Liv says her and Dom are the most dominant couple in WWE history, which is, I'm sorry, kind of insane. And later in the show, these two clash during Dominic Mysterio versus Damian Priest match. So Rhea Ripley comes out, clears the announcer table to riptide Dom through it, but Liv comes for a save, smashes Mami with steel chair, and just starts bashing her head into the announcer table. She then shoves Rhea's injured shoulder into ring post over and over again, while rest of the Judgment Day holds on to bisexual Undertaker Damian, and she lands this huge oblivion on Rhea, laying her out with Damian Priest in the ring. And backstage, Liv says she's gonna make Rhea her. This was really, really good. Liv's ruthless attack on Rhea was perfect because really it made no sense for Terror Twins to get one up on entire Judgment Day. But more importantly, we're finally seeing Liv get physically vicious for the first time since she injured Rhea post-Mania. I wanted this vicious side on top of the whole hoe behavior, so I really, really appreciate it. And lastly, we got a triple threat tag team championship match, Unholy Reunion versus Damage Control versus Pure Fusion Collective. I'm still getting used to this name. I loved everyone's gears here, loving black leather, dominatrix, realness, Damage Control, and Shayna and Zoe looked really good in navy too. The match was hectic AF, not gonna lie, timing was all over the place. Sometimes cameramen were doing overtime to hide some obvious holdups, but it did not matter at the end of the day because it was super high energy, super fun, the crowd was really into it. Io is obviously the star of the match. Whenever she's in there, you can see the crowd just like erupting. She's so charismatic and exciting in the ring, but it was really cool to see Kairi Sane do so much more than usual here. She's really the one that got to do the most here. Love that really interesting honestly can't even tell if it was supposed to look that way or not, but that dive to the outside, slinging from the rope, that was really cute. I loved her face-to-face with her former arch nemesis Shayna, and the commentary acknowledging it was awesome. And the ending was very cool, so Kairi went top rope for insane elbow, but Unholy Union sneak tags in. Isla then hits backstabber on both Shayna and Kairi as Shayna locked in Kira for the clutch on Kairi, and Alba hits Swanton on all three of them on the floor, successfully retaining the title. It sounds very complicated, and it was, but it worked. I am low-key surprised that Unholy Union retained the title. No shade to them, but the crowd went silent when they won, and you can't really blame them because they were barely on TV since winning the titles. I mean, we're not even sure if they're still witches or not. I think this match was really promising for the tag division. Now that they are also involved with the story with the big three on SmackDown, fingers crossed that the tag champions will be featured more regularly on TV for people to care more. This was a really fun match and a good start for the tag champions to be taken more seriously. So I will double finger cross for that, and I'll say I'm satisfied. And last week's NXT I included in last week's Women's Wrestling Weekly episode already, so please watch that. And let's head to AEW Our Road to All In, and Dynamite opened with the Women TBS Championship Mercedes Mone with Kamille versus Hikaru Shida. Mercedes is back with her NXT red hair, looking really great here, and this is such a dream match for a lot of the people. I'm surprised they were getting it on a random weekly show, but I'm here for it. I feel like they were also really enjoying it. Love that exchange of really happy looks after the dueling dropkick from the both, and the crowd was enjoying it. They're split in half. I actually loved Camille's involvement here. She's not just a brute force, but you can tell that she's working very closely with Mercedes to hold or move their opponent to ideal strategic positions. They're working really well. And at the end, as Shida comes out of the ring to beat down Kamille, she's just fed up with her, so she picks up a kendo stick. Mercedes distracts the referee, letting Kamille land a huge big boot on Shida, and Mercedes hits Moneymaker in the ring to retain the title in 11 minutes. I still don't love the finisher, but yeah. This was a surprisingly chill match, leaving a lot more to be desired for their eventual pay-per-view clash, which I still want very, very much. Post-match, Britt Baker's music hit, but she doesn't come out, so Camille just starts looking for her, and then she starts beating down this masked fan. Poor fan, it was not Britt, only for Britt to slowly come down from the crowd, slowly puts her glove on, and she attempts a lockjaw on Mercedes, but Camille grabs Mercedes, but Britt does not let go, slowly does her lockjaw pose. I don't know, the timing of this was all kind of really weird. I can't really explain it, like, what is going on? It felt off. But granted, this whole storyline is a mess because Britt had to be suspended, and we're focusing on introducing this new enforcer character who didn't really look that strong here. But I don't know, but we have more to come with them, so for now I'll say it was fine.
Good, not bad.
On Rampage, Nyla had a squash match against Erica Lee of the Outrunners, and she's like, why am I here? She does not want to wrestle Nyla here. And the Outrunners try to flex their muscles, then Nyla scares them off, which was funny part, and Nyla finishes Erica really quickly, a minute maybe, with Beast Bomb. Typical AEW squash match, which I don't love, but everything Nyla does makes it better. I am glad that Nyla is featured more on TV lately. I'm telling you, Mercedes and Nyla storyline could be so freaking good, especially how funny Nyla can be. She's really funny and creative, like that one time she stole Jade's title. Just have her write her own storyline against Mercedes. I know it's going to be so freaking good and juicy. Anyway, I'll say satisfied for this match because Nyla makes everything better. Then Saraya comes out with Harley Cameron to complain how nobody, absolutely nobody in the building told her happy birthday for her birthday. And the crowd here was actually so sweet. They started chanting happy birthday. And here Saraya and Harley started doing this bit of going back and forth. It was just really perfect. We know Saraya can cut a promo, but Harley, for how new she is, she really understands comedy. She understands the timing, the camera angle, the intonation, everything. She is so good on mic. She gets it.
Outrageous! Outrageous!
And here Saraya reminds everyone of her winning the AEW Women's Championship at last All In, and she never got a rematch after losing her title from Toni. Cues timeless Toni Storm to say happy birthday, granting this pasty pile of Storm Saraya a championship match on Dynamite before All In. I'm excited for this match. Last time they clashed in a singles match was really, really good, actually. I wonder though if it's just to have Saraya wrestle in UK, or is this gonna turn into something for her to do in All In? We'll see. On Collision, we had Mariah May squash match against London Dior. She's getting ready for London. Very quick match. She takes her out with Storm Zero. So on Dynamite, Mariah debuted her short film, which started out like a classical black and white movie, but becomes color really quickly as she goes we're not doing that anymore.
We're not doing that shit anymore.
I loved it. And she like burns all Toni Storm's outfits she had. And as a response, Toni debuts her own short movie here on Collision. And Toni promises to give Mariah the strongest chin, toughest stiffest shoes, and River Thame will run red with Mariah's blood. Mariah is like furious about this movie, and she attacks poor London with the shoe to blow off some steam. Both movies are actually like excellent, and Mariah's killing it with the acting, everything stratified. Then we got Britt Baker's return match since the suspension against Harley Cameron this time. By the way, little shady, they took away her fireworks. I think even she thought the fireworks were gonna come out, but it did not. Harley put in a surprisingly strong fight against Britt, which I was like, I love you, Harley, but let Britt have it today. It's just a week away from her big all-in match. Yeah, this was not Britt's night. So Britt puts on her glove for a lockjaw, but Harley hits eat defeat. Britt, though, hits Harley with the sling blade and finishes her off with a curb stomp in a 5-minute match. Post-match, Mercedes Mone and Kamille show up, and Mercedes orders Kamille to take care of Britt. So Britt gets ready for a fight with the kendo stick, but Camille's like, kendo stick, not gonna do anything. Breaks it in half with her knee. She then starts to just lay Britt out with punches, and she like firewoman carries Britt that's like all limp all the way up to the ring, and then inside the ring she hits sit out dominator middle of the ring with Mercedes posing over Britt, stepping on her. This was like kind of weird to me. Am I the only one that thought so? It stuck out so much to me because Britt got to look pretty strong on Dynamite against Kamille and Mercedes, like not letting go of lockjaw to pose and everything. And here it's almost like 180, like Britt was just so helpless in front of Kamille. She was literally limp, like carried on Camille's back into the ring and taken out cold. I think it makes sense. Like this is the right booking given that Mercedes now has this badass scary enforcer that we've been building for a couple weeks now very strongly. And after seeing Britt taken out by Mercedes' lackey so easily, I wonder if like can Britt actually defeat Mercedes at All In? That's actually really good storytelling. It makes me root for Britt. It's just such a 180 from Britt looking so strong on Wednesday. I was just a little bit surprised. But yeah, even though this is the right step for this feud, I still would say I'm like kind of not really happy about this whole build overall. Like I think Mercedes Mone versus Britt Baker writes for itself. The biggest homegrown talent versus the new biggest draw in AEW. It really doesn't need Kamille as bodyguard, Mercedes running away from Britt, banning Britt, suspending her. Like we don't need all that. It just writes for itself. But here we are due to logistical difficulties. Hopefully the last week before All In we get something really of substance than just brawls. I'll say this progression was meh, knowing the potential.
Good, not bad.
On TNA, we had a singles match between Tasha Steelz versus Giselle Shaw, following Tasha stealing 2 wins from Giselle. So this time, Santino Marella books this match with 3 referees. This match was fun. Loved Giselle showing more sheer power, like the military press power slam was really, really impressive. Then Tasha shoves Giselle into the stairs outside and proceeds to take out a turnbuckle from under the ring with 3 referees, 6 eyes of officials watching her. Very bold. Very bold. Love that wild jawbreaker from Tasha with Giselle just like flying inside out. It looked really, really cool. And she rolls Giselle up with her legs on the second rope. Again, with 6 eyes looking at her. Of course, she got clocked by the referee. There are 3 referees, come on! And while she's arguing with the referees, Giselle nails her with the knee. It's called denouement. It's a French word for saying the climax of a movie or a play. I know I called it denouncement before. Again, I'm ESL. The match was fun. I'm stratified. Yeah, we'll see where the storyline goes. I can't really tell at this moment. I thought Tasha was supposed to get a title match for winning that Fatal 4-Way match at Slammiversary, so we'll see how this all come about. But I do like seeing more TNA knockouts doing stuff for TNA's knockouts division. Like we need some legitimate threat for Jordan. And backstage we see Spitfire talk about their Slammiversary loss to Militia after being pushed into the championship belt. They complain about being cheated, but they dare Militia to try them again, because for them, this is do or die. With a dramatic sound effect. And they like pose.
This is do or die.
I don't know. I'm a bit hot and cold with this team. I really wish. I think they gel together now. I do see that, but like I just think they need more tag teams in general so I can see them interact with other people, not just obsessing over one team 365. And then the TNA Knockouts champion Jordan Grace, we see her talk about Ash by Elegance interfering in her championship match last week. She's deeply offended because she's a wrestler's that Ash does not know how to take a loss. and disrupting other people's opportunities. She is disrespected and disgusted. So Jordan says if Ash wants a fight, she will get one. And later we learned that at TNA Emergence pay-per-view, we'll get a 6 knockouts tag match with Jordan teaming up with Spitfire versus Ash with Militia. I mean, honestly, it kind of seems like a weekly show match, but it does the job, so we'll see how this goes. So that is it for this week's Women's Wrestling Weekly. I am working very hard editing Mickie James' top 5 interview, so that will be coming out this week. And of course, we got this really sexy interview with Rhea Ripley and a couple other stuff coming up, so give me some time, I'm working on it. And if you want to see my photo with Hiroko, you can find me at DShin on Instagram and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter, and I'll see you next time. Bye!